Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Massachusetts Boston here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. I am John Scudras, proud to bring you what should be an excellent doubleheader of softball action between two bitter Little East Conference rivals. It's a rematch of the LEC Tournament Championship from a year ago as your UMass Boston Beacons get their 2018 conference slate underway against the Plymouth State Panthers. We expect a spectacular pitching matchup between one of the best in Beaconville over the last couple of years, Jess Greenspan, and Caitlin Miller, number 8 in black and green, who's warming up to our left, a left-hander who is expected to have another spectacular season. Let's take a look at 3 things to know here as we get set for the opening pitch of this one. You take a look there, as I mentioned, it is a rematch of last year's LEC title bout, with the Beacons eliminating the top-ranked Plymouth State Panthers to win their first LEC tournament title. Plymouth State's pitching, meanwhile, this year leads the LEC with a 2.37 ERA and 5.12 strikeouts per 7 innings. Meanwhile, UMass Boston has posted double-digit hits and 6.8 runs per game in their last 5 wins, and that really is the tale of the tape lately for UMass Boston. As we take a look at the all-time series matchup that Plymouth State has dominated 36-10. The last Panthers win came 5-2 about a year ago on May 4th, 2017, and the last Beacons win, of course, coming on May 6th, a 6-2 triumph. The top performers in the rematch of the LEC Championship a year ago. The teams met 5 times last year, with the Beacons going 3-2, including 2-1 in the tournament. And Greenspan, as we mentioned, 4 appearances, 2-1 with 1 save, a 1.52 ERA for Jess, who is starting today against a familiar foe. Well, the Beacons certainly have been a topsy-turvy team. It's been a roller coaster ride over the first 18 games. They're 7-11 overall, taking on the 12-8 Panthers. They've won 5 of 6 after losing 8 consecutive games in March. So this is a team that is starting to peak at the right time as we inch closer to tournament time later on next month. Well, we've been teasing those highlights of last year's doubleheader against Plymouth State, so why not put it here on the pregame show and take a look at highlights of the split, with Plymouth State winning the opener 3-0 and UMass Boston winning the nightcap 4-3. That's up next right here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network.
Everything you know, I give it
familiar foe rejoins the Beacons here from UMass Boston as we are all set. Deep in center field, you'll see during the course of the game all the construction going on. What a tremendous pace they are at here to get these construction projects done. Seems like a never-ending evolution here on Beaconville over the last couple of years. Be exciting to see what this Harbor campus looks like once all the work and all the facelifts are done to this campus. Your starting lineups, beginning first with the Plymouth State Panthers. Leading off playing left field will be Deborah Morrill. Batting second in right field, Hannah Seitner. Playing first base and batting third will be Ashley Deo. Your designated player is Abree Davis. She is your cleanup hitter. Batting fifth and playing the hot corner is Jen Landers. Batting sixth, the center fielder Cassidy Emerson. Batting seventh, the shortstop Nora Butler. Batting eighth will be Haley Birch, the catcher. And batting ninth, Mary King, the second baseman. As mentioned, the starting pitcher for the visiting Plymouth State Panthers will be the left-hander Caitlin Miller. In 13 appearances, she's 6-5 with a 2.32 ERA. 66 in a third inning. She struck out 55 and walked 13. For your UMass Boston Beacons, the lineup looks like this. Leading off, playing the hot corner at third base, Ari Bellata. Playing second and batting second, Kelly Danahy. Batting third and backstopping today will be Roxanne Vento. Your cleanup hitter and center fielder is Taylor Paulina. The designated player batting fifth, Tori DeCenzo. In left field, batting sixth, Kiera Pressmack. Batting seventh and playing first base, Cassidy Gaeta. In right field, batting eighth, Giovanna Bonilla. And batting ninth, shortstop, Gigi Braga. The pitcher today, Jess Greenspan. Gigi and Jess, longtime Beacons athletes, and for Jess, it's been a up-and-down campaign. This is her 12th appearance, 10th start. She's 3-6 with a 2.20 in 60 and a third innings. She has given up 69 hits, 37 runs, only 19 of them earned, though. She struck out 35 and walked 23. Control has been a bit of an issue for Jess this year. She hopes to get back where she left off last year, beating these Plymouth State Panthers en route to a conference championship in 2017. It is a doubleheader today, so we'll play two 7-inning games as the Beacons will look to get off on a right foot here in their conference slate. You'll look at the conference predictions prior to the year. Of course, the Beacons coming off a conference tournament title and an NCAA appearance. No surprise, they're predicted to finish first ahead of Western Connecticut State. Plymouth State predicted to finish third, not getting any first-place votes. The Beacons getting 6 out of the 8, the other two going to WestCon. So far, though, not many clean teams have played conference games. The Beacons and WestCon have yet to play their first conference games. WestCon taking on Dartmouth today, who is 2-0 to start the campaign in the LEC and 15-5 overall. A UMass Dartmouth team that was picked to finish fourth in the Little East Conference. Umpires are heading to their positioning. We seem to be getting closer to the opening pitch. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, the opening pitch between the UMass Boston Beacons and the Plymouth State Panthers. apologize for the delay here from UMass Boston. Right now we are just waiting on the game to start. They pushed the start time back to about 1:15 from the originally timed 1 o'clock start time. Both teams finishing up their warm-ups. Plymouth State looks like they're ready to rock and roll. The Beacons, on the other hand, are in the right field, continuing with their warm-up tosses and infield practice. We anticipate we'll get this underway in about 5-10 minutes. Heading into this game, the Beacons are led offensively by Roxanne Vento, who's hitting .386, couple of bombs with 11 RBI. Kelly Danahy, who's batting second today, is hitting .385 with 6 driven in, 6 extra base hits as well. And Ari Bellotta hitting .314 with 5 extra base hits, 5 runs batted in. Meanwhile, for Plymouth State, Lindsey Hall leads the way. She's hitting .367 with 7 driven in. Ashley Deo, sitting .365, leads the team with 2 bombs, both of them solo shots, as evidenced by the fact she only has 2 RBI this year. And 6 extra base hits to go along with it. Nora Butler hitting .351 with 6 RBI as well. All 3 of those players in the starting lineup today for Plymouth State, who is coached by Bruce Addison in his 15th campaign in Plymouth, Massachusetts for the green, black, and white. He's certainly had a spectacular reign as the Panthers, of course, aiming to stay atop the LEC standings this afternoon as they take on the Beacons. Of course, they won as a co-regular season champion a year ago. And they last played on Saturday, sweeping Rhode Island College by a combined score of 13-1. Both Miller and Katie Matthew combined to allow just 8 hits and 1 run while striking out 20 anchor women. And in the only games this week, the Panthers earned a split at Fitchburg State University thanks to a 4-run top of the 7th in Game 1. Franklin Pierce transferred Ashley Deo, going 5 for 6 on the day with 3 driven in and 1 walk. So those UMass Boston Beacons are going to have their hands full today against Plymouth State, who has had another strong start to their campaign. Overall, Plymouth State coming in at 12-8, 2-0 in Little East Conference play. For UMass Boston, of course, it was an 8-game losing streak in March that really put a bit of a bitter start to this campaign. They started the year 2-2, non-conference play down in Florida, in Claremont. Since coming up, though, it was a tough run, and it was a tough run to finish in Claremont. They lost their last 6 games down there and really struggled to score runs. They did not score more than 3 runs in any of those 8 consecutive losses and scored more than 2 runs just once. A 12-3 loss to SUNY Fredonia. That included 8-2 loss to RPI, a 2-1 loss to Trinity, a 10-2 loss to Bowdoin, a 3-0 loss to Endicott, a 4-1 defeat at the hands of Scranton, and a 5-1 8-zip sweep at the hands of Babson. Of course, that one was at UMass Boston, with the Beacons serving as the road team. Not very often you can say that. Since then, though, the Beacons have turned it around. They swept Castleton, split with Bridgewater, and then most recently swept Framingham the other day, outscoring them 17-6 combined, 10-0 in Game 2. After this one, next week, the Beacons will have a couple of non-conference bouts at Emmanuel and at home against Leslie before they get the nitty-gritty of the conference action underway with battles at EastCon and WestCon next weekend. That is going to be a huge weekend for UMass Boston, certainly depending what they do today. They have not yet played an LEC game, so these matchups critical to at least get a split with a very tough Plymouth State team who's opened up 2-0 after sweeping Rhode Island College, as previously mentioned. Plymouth State is rolling. They had won 5 consecutive games from the 19th through the 22nd of March. And since March 28th is 5-1 with sweeps against Salem State and Rick and a split with Fitchburg State. So the Panthers certainly know how to win lately, and they certainly know how to play head-to-head with the Beacons as they did just last year in the LEC Conference Tournament Championship. Both head coaches are out to discuss things with the umpiring crew, so we should be all set to go. We'll pause for the national anthem and be right back with you in a minute for the opening pitch of this, The doubleheader conference opener between your UMass Boston Beacons and the visiting Plymouth State Panthers, right here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. Just about set for the opening pitch of this one as the Beacons will head out onto the field in the top half of the first inning. They announced the starting lineups for both of these squads. Plymouth State, of course, coming in at 12-8 overall, 2-0 in the conference. UMass Boston, likewise, 7-11, looking to get their first conference games underway this afternoon. As previously mentioned, the starting pitcher today will be Jess Greenspan. We'll get her numbers up in just a moment. But first, here is the starting lineup for Plymouth State. Leading off, playing left field, Deborah Morrill. Batting second, playing right field, Hannah Seidner. Batting third, playing first base, Ashley Deo. The designated player cleaning up is Aubrey Davis. At third base, batting fifth, Jen Landers. Batting sixth in center field, Cassidy Emerson. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Nora Butler. Batting eighth, Haley Birch, the catcher, and batting ninth, Mary King, the second baseman. Caitlin Miller will do the pitching. On your screen, on the left side, is Jess Greenspan, the right-handed starting pitcher for UMass Boston. Her numbers on the right side of the screen. Jess on the year, as I previously mentioned, 3-6 overall, 2.20, 35 Ks, and the opponent's hitting .275 against her. The first batter she'll face will be Morrill. Deborah left fielder hailing from Concord, New Hampshire, standing at 5'4" tall. On the year, Morrill hitting .316 in 12 games. And she's driven in 1 run. She's scored 5 runs. As the left-handed hitter steps in.
The left field, number 23, Deborah Morrill.
Morrill, a shortstop by trade, but also dabbles in the outfield, which is where she is manning today. Number 23 in black with the braids behind her. Second base in. That is Danahy, as that one is right down Broadway, 0-1. Morrill, Seidner, and Deo. Greenspan toes the rubber. The 0-1 pitch. That one's ripped to right field over Danahy for a base hit. They brought the right side of the infield in, guarding against a potential bunt, but sniffed out perfectly by Morrill as she leads this one off with a hard ripped single to right field. That'll bring up Hannah Seidner. Seidner, the right fielder today. Hailing from Pembroke, New Hampshire. Runner at first, Morrill. First pitch, that's a bunt. A little small ball to open things up. Good play as gobbling that one up and firing over is Roxanne Vento for the first out. So a successful sacrifice from Seidner as moving over to second is Morrill.
First base number 34, Ashley Dale.
Deo steps in, and a big hitter she is. .365 on the campaign, has 2 home runs to lead the team. Greenspan going to have to be very careful as the first pitch is a little high. And outside, it's 1-0. A lot of audible noise coming from the dugout of the Plymouth State Panthers as they cheer on Ashley Deo. First pitch is, after a first pitch was a ball, second pitch is right there. It's 1-1. One pitch, a little bit high, 2 balls and a strike. Beacon's defense from right to left in the infield. Cassidy Gate at first base, Kelly Danahy at second, Gigi Braga at short, and Ari Bellata at third. Ditto in the outfield, Giovanna Bonilla in right, Taylor Paulina in center, and in left field, Kiara Pressmack as the 1-1 is in the dirt. It's 2-1. Excuse me, 3-1. Greenspan, big pitch coming here. 3-1 pitch is up and away, ball 4. And just like that, 2 runners on base here in the top half of the first inning.
Designated player number 17, Aubrey Davis.
That'll bring up Aubrey Davis with Deo at first and Morrill at second. Right-handed hitter, tall Aubrey Davis. She stands at 5'7". That's right down Broadway. Nice job hitting the corner. And it is 0-1. Davis on the year, .275. She's got 3 extra base hits, 14 for 51 overall. Greenspan ready, 0-1. Swing and a foul tip off the screen. It's no balls and 2 strikes to the Panthers cleanup hitter, Aubrey Davis. Aubrey spells the name a bit unorthodoxly as it's A-B-R-I-E, phonetically if you will, Aubrey. Greenspan looking for the big punch out here with 2 runners on base, 1 out. 0-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. She struck her out, and love the home plate umpires called strike 3.
The third baseman, number 15, Jen Landers.
An emphatic call as the Beacons get the second out of the inning. And the first backwards K of the day for Greenspan. That'll bring up Jen Landers, the third baseman. Landers hailing from Berlin, New Hampshire. Right-handed hitter. First pitch to her. Cut on, fouled off of Vento. It's 0-1. Landers, .275, 4 driven in. She and Aubrey Davis actually have the exact same numbers. 14 for 51 coming in. We'll see if Greenspan can make it 14 for 52 for both of them. Change up, beautiful pitch as that one breaks away from the right-handed hitter. And it's 0-2 to Landers. Beacons and Jess Greenspan trying to tiptoe out of trouble. Leadoff single, followed by a sacrifice and a walk. Since then, a strikeout, and that one a little bit high and away. As Vento thought about firing it over to first, where Deo was inching closer towards the second base bag. Right-handed pitcher Greenspan. The payoff pitch chopped right off the plate. Over to third. Going to be a tough play. Barehand throw, and that one is in time to get the runner at first base. Tumbling down by first base was Landers. I hope she's not hurt. She looks to be limping off a little bit, but nonetheless, a huge throw at third base is a beautiful play from the hot corner on a great throw over from Ari Bellata. We are through 1/2 inning here from UMass Boston. No score, Panthers and the Beacons. Starting pitcher on your screen, the left-handed Caitlin Miller, a sophomore from Lee, New Hampshire. Caitlin 6-5 with 2 saves, a 2.32 ERA. Strikes out 55 this year. She's allowing opponents to hit just 213. This will be her 14th appearance. She has completed 7 games and finished 2 others. 53 hits allowed, 25 runs, 22 of them earned, 55 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 7 extra base hits. She is not allowed. In fact, this entire pitching staff for Plymouth State has not yet allowed a home run in 20 games this year. Pretty impressive numbers for a Plymouth State pitching staff who has been sparkling this year. For UMass Boston, the lineup looks like this. Leading off playing third base, Ari Bellata. Batting second, Kelly Danahy. She's the second baseman. The 3-hole hitter and catchers, Roxanne Vento. Cleanup hitter in center, Taylor Paulina. The designated player batting fifth, Tori DeCenzo. Batting sixth, left field, Kira Presmack. Batting seventh and playing first base, Cassidy Gaeta. Batting eighth, playing right field, Giovanna Bonilla. And your shortstop, batting ninth, Gigi Braga. Here is Bellata to lead things off. What a year for Ari so far, hitting .314. She's got 5 extra base hits as Miller's first pitch to her is high, ball 1-0. Ari, a native of Leominster. As a 1-0 from Miller, winds and fires. That one fouled out of play behind us. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the 1-1 from Miller, and that one's chopped to third base. Gobbled up over there, fired across the diamond in time. Good play by Jen Landers. 5-3 on the putout, 1 down here in the bottom of the first. That will bring up Kelly Danahy. Kelly, a freshman from Kingston, Massachusetts, standing 5'4" tall, left-handed hitter.
Second baseman, number 8, Kelly Danahy.
Kelly, scorching hot to begin her collegiate career. She's hitting .385. Inside corner, 0-1. Kelly's got 6 extra base hits, puts her tied for the team lead with Bellata and Paulina. That one is fouled up and out of play. And right off the glass of Clark Athletic Center. Some tough glass out there. No shattering just yet. It's 0-2 to Danahy with the Beacons already 1 woman down here as that one is high with a fastball. They're going to check the swing. No chance she went. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kelly. Miller, left-handed pitcher, delivers. That one fouled up the third base line, not playable as it gets out of play over the fencing up the third base line. It's going to remain 1-2 to the Beacons' freshman second baseman. Miller back on the rubber. Winds and delivers. That one ripped up the middle. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop. No way she gets the speedy Danahy. As beating that one out for another hit is Kelly, as the play was unable to be made by Butler. It's an infield single, and it puts the Beacons in some business with the heart of their order coming up. So for Danahy, that is now the 21st hit to lead the team. And Roxanne Vento will be the batter. They call her Roxy here on Beaconville, and she has certainly been a mainstay over the last couple of years. The 5'6" junior from Arlington steps into the left-handed batter's box as she faces a fastball up and away from Miller. It's 1-0. Vento leads the team, hitting .386, although if she gets out here, she'll no longer be leading the team. It'll be Danahy alone atop. 17 for 44 with 5 extra base hits. And that one's a big rip from the left-handed hitter off the screen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. What are they putting in the coffee in these dugouts? Here is the pitch. That one chopped off the plate. That's going to be a foul ball, although good job to stay alert by Haley Birch behind the plate. And it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's one of the differences. Another difference between baseball and softball is just how into it the dugouts are in softball. They support their teammates no matter what, as the 1-2 is swung on and fouled off the screen. Not that baseball players don't, but oftentimes not quite as animated, and the verbiage they use, well, it's a lot less family-friendly. 1-2 coming from Miller to Vento. And that one in the dirt. Changeup. Good idea. A couple of fastballs fouled off by Vento, but an even better eye by Roxy as she takes it. Waiting on deck is Taylor Paulina. Another junior for UMass Boston. Left-handed pitcher facing the left-handed hitter. That one up and away. What an at-bat here, as it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count here with the runner at first, Danahy. There's the pitch. That one fouled up and out of play again, and off of Clark Athletic Center again. Building taking a beating over there as the Beacons continue to stay on Miller. The fielders from right to left on the infield for the Panthers. At first base, Ashley Deo. Second base, Mary King. Nora Butler's at short, and third base is Jen Landers. Likewise in the outfield, Hannah Seidner in right. Cassidy Emerson in center, Deborah Moreland left as Roxy Vento rips that one to deep left center field. Coming on over and unable to make the diving play is Emerson. Danahy rounding third. She's being waved home, and UMass Boston takes a 1-0 first inning lead on an RBI double from Roxy Vento. For Vento, it is RBI number 12. It is her 6th double of the year. And UMass Boston is on top of Caitlin Miller and the Panthers 1-0. Here is Paulina as she steps in, and Taylor rips that one. Going to be a tough running play. Good play, double play. As able to turn and make the double play is Butler as she fields it underhanded and then flips over to second. Mary King makes the grab, and the inning is over. Still, solid performance by UMass Boston. After 1 inning of play, the RBI double from Vento. It's 1-0 UMass Boston on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. We head to the second inning. UMass Boston out in front 1-0 in game one of this doubleheader from the Harbor campus. Let's take a look ahead at what's coming for the Beacons. I mentioned in the pregame show a couple of non-conference belts this week as they'll take on Emmanuel College on the road on Tuesday for a doubleheader, followed by a doubleheader against Leslie on Thursday before getting a huge road battle in the LEC. 2 battles, 4 games over one weekend. Next week is they take on EastCon and WestCon in one weekend, 4 games. That's not going to be easy. Greenspan's first pitch is inside as Cassidy Emerson is the batter. Center fielder had some trouble out there trying to field that double from Vento. She'll try to make up for it with the stick. That one is right there on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cassidy, a Concord, New Hampshire native. As the 1-1 is up from Greenspan, 2-1. Cassidy hitting .250. She leads the team with 12 runs scored. Pretty impressive considering the average is over 100 points below the team leaders. As that one is low and away. And then all signs point to her having a good eye. Just based on those numbers. And for Cassidy, 8 walks. And that one is inside for another walk for Cassidy Emerson, who has had herself a fine campaign, scoring runs and getting on base. So a leadoff base runner on a walk to begin the second inning to Emerson. That'll bring up Nora Butler, who made the play to end the bottom half of the first inning. Nora third on the team, hitting .351. Very good offensive team here in Plymouth as that one is low. 5 of the first 6 pitches here in the second outside the strike zone from Greenspan, who's had some command issues this year. She steps off to try to catch her bearings. As a bunt attempt up the first base line, flipping it over to second, and Danahy can't handle the throw. Good play by Gata. The throw was a bit low for Kelly Danahy, and she was unable to make the clean retrieval, and so first and second, nobody out. That'll bring up Haley Birch, the catcher. Official scorer says error on Gata, E3, as the throw was low.
Catcher number 18, Haley Birch.
And so a couple of Panthers prowling as they look to get the tying run back. They trail 1-0 as Haley Birch is at the plate. As she rips that one up the third base line, foul just out of the reach of the third baseman, Ari Bellata. It's 1-1 to Birch. Runner at second base, Emerson. The runner at first, Butler. And Birch, the batter, with Mary King on deck. 1-1, fakes the bunt, pulls it back. It's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Grabbing the wrong phone over here, trying to look up the numbers here for Birch, as that one is right down Broadway. Grabbing Alyssa DePippos, if you pay attention to the Beacons Broadcasting Network. Pip, the Beacons' backup goalie this year, expected to be the potential starter next year for the women's hockey team. A lot of excitement heading into that campaign. Still a ways to go until then, as that one's fouled up the first base line. So the count moves 2-2. Alyssa also does a great job producing the Beacons Broadcasting Network, as does Gigi Braga, who waits at shortstop right now. Without the student athletes, we wouldn't be able to put these productions on. It'd be a 2-man show. and the quality, I guarantee, would suffer. Dave Wahlberg, the information director, says drastically. I concur. So the 3-2 count with runners at first and second for Birch, who goes over to discuss things at third base with the third base coach. Birch on the campaign, hitting just 200. 4 for 20. First inning started inauspiciously as well for Jess, as Greenspan allowed a singles after a sacrifice bunt, a walk. It was first and second, 1 out, but you got a strikeout, ground out to get out of the inning. First and second again, and a strikeout as swinging and missing is Birch for the first out, and that is a big one here in the top half of the second. Second strikeout of the day for Greenspan. And that brings up Mary King. Second baseman and the 9-hole hitter Mary King as they'll turn the lineup over. And that one is just a bit low. 1-0 to King, who comes in hitting just 158. She's 3 for 19 on the campaign. Greenspan ready, winds and delivers. On the inside corner, a strike, 1-1. Greenspan back on the rubber. Emerson at second, Butler at first. The 1-1 just a bit in. Off the plate, 2-1. It's beautiful from the sight lines here. Blue sky, sunny day. But boy, oh boy, is it chilly. That one outside. And it's now 3 balls and 1 strike as the command continues to be a bit of an issue here in the second. When the wind picks up, it feels just as you'd expect New England in April to feel. Good news is no precipitation. That's what we're hoping to avoid, as that one is a called strike 2 on the inside corner. King thought it was ball 4, but now a big 3-2 pitch coming with 1 out and runners at first and second. Of course, yesterday we got snow in the New England area. Had to ask Seth Orensky what the likelihood of us even playing today was. Luckily, we got great weather now. It's off the glove of Greenspan. Danahy with the tag. Throw to first. In time for the double play. What a play from the freshman Kelly Danahy. After the error earlier in the inning, she comes back and picks up her teammates. It's a 4 unassisted, 3 double play as Mary King ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. It's still 1-0 UMass on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. We head to the bottom of the second inning here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. I'm John Scooters. Happy to have you with us. The baseball team is playing just across the street, and Dave Murphy with an early home run in that one. Beacons, last time I checked, we're on top 2-1. We will get you an around Beaconville look here at the end of this inning. The leadoff hitter will be Tori DeCenzo, the designated player. First pitch from Miller. DeCenzo pops it right back to Miller. She lets it go over her head, and that's an infield single. Miller deferred to her shortstop, and unable to come in and get it was Butler. Remember, Nora made a great play to end the inning in the first with a double play on a play she caught, but not so much here as it's a leadoff single from DeCenzo. And I'll bring up Kiera Pressmack. Kiera on the year. hitting .263.
Kira Pressmack.
10 for 38. Left-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher, and Pressmack trying for the drag bunt there, the swinging bunt, if you will, and that one off the mark. It's 0-1. The runner at first, DeCenzo. Pressmack up on deck, Cassidy Gaeta. This one, a more colloquial bunt, and that one bunted right back off the plate, so it's 0-2 to Pressmack. A lot of lefties in this Beacons lineup, and so Miller taking advantage here early. As here's the 0-2. A little bit high, good eye. It's 1-2. I'll always be amazed how successful these girls are with those running swings. I had enough trouble hitting a baseball when I'm standing there, let alone running. As the 1-2 pitch and ripped up the third base line, gobbled up there. Chance for a double play, and they get it. Poor base running there from DeCenzo as she was caught off guard on a ball that was foul in the first place. So a line out in foul territory, gobbled up at third base, and then firing across the diamond smartly as Landers. A good stretch at first by Deo. 5-3 on the double play. 2 down. Here's Gaeta. She chops that one off the plate. 0-1 to Cassidy. Gaeta hitting .229 this year, 11 for 48. She's got 3 extra base hits, including a home run. Right-handed hitter against the left-handed Miller as Caitlin's pitch is fouled up the first base line. No balls and 2 strikes after Miller settling down after allowing the initial base runner to reach on a single. Caitlin back on the rubber, gets her side from Birch. The 0-2, swung on and missed. She struck her out, and that'll do it for the Beacons here in the second inning. So Miller settling down here after giving up a run in the first. We are through 2 from UMass Boston. It's 2-0 Beacons on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. Welcome back to the BBN as the Beacons ready to rock and roll in the field here to begin the top half of the third inning. It'll be the top of the order. Deborah Morrow back in. She singled and reached second back in the first inning, but Greenspan was able to tiptoe out of trouble. First pitch is right there, 0-1. Left fielder Morrill, left-handed hitter. The 0-1 from Greenspan in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 is right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Morrill. Greenspan, of course, on the year. Her win-loss record doesn't look great at 3-6, but she has been clearly the Beacons' best pitcher. Leads the team with a 2.2 ERA. No one else under 5.4, as that one is high. The count is evened up at 2. Beacons would love to get the victory in Game 1 with their best pitcher on the mound. Here's the 2-2. That's high, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. to Morrill. This is the top of the order. Last thing you want to do is put her on for the meat of the lineup, beginning with Seidner. Greenspan, the payoff pitch. Ripped foul off the screen. It stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll have you look around Beaconville at the end of this half inning, start of next. As Greenspan towing the rubber yet again. The 3-2 pitch, low ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Deborah Morrill.
The right fielder, number 4, Hannah.
So Morrill has reached base twice, a single and a walk. And Hannah Seidner will step in. In the first inning, she sacrificed Morrill over to second. We'll see if it's deja vu all over again here in the third. Greenspan brings it in. Seidner swinging over to Gaeta. Cassidy smartly just takes it to first and gets the out. So 1 down here in the third inning.
First baseman, number 34, Ashley Deo.
And that'll bring up Deo, walked back in the first. Score that one 3 unassisted. Moving up to second is Morrill, so she is the tying run in scoring position for the 3 and 4 hitters, beginning with Deo. Ashley walked in the first inning before she was stranded at first by a strikeout from Davis and a ground out from Landers. First pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Greenspan back on the rubber, gets the sign from Vento. Here's the pitch. That one is a little high and away. Tried to change it up on Deo, but unable to get her to chase. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jess is 1-1. Right there on the inside corner. Nice pitch. They caught the corner. It's 1-2. So a big pitch coming up here for Deo to try to make a productive play here with a man at second and 1 out. The 1-2 pitch, ripped for a base hit to left. No, what a great play! As lunging up to make the effort, and a beautiful leaping grab is Presmack, who gets the job done with the glove. That one looked like it fooled her a little bit. It certainly fooled me. It looked like it was going to be over her head, but she leaps up to make the play. And a beautiful effort by the Beacons left fielder. First pitch to Davis is down, 1-0. Aubrey struck out looking her first time up. 2 down now here in the third inning as Greenspan looking to tiptoe out of danger again after letting up a leadoff base runner for the 3rd consecutive inning to begin the game. That one outside, 2-0. And he began with a walk to Morrill, followed by a ground out to first by Seidner and a line out to left by Deo. First inning began with a single, bunt, walk, and then strikeout, ground out. That's low. 3 balls and no strikes. Now you can afford to put Davis on with the open base at first if you want. Jen Landers waits on deck. The second inning began with a walk, then an error. So things looked really murky for Greenspan and the Beacons, but she tiptoed out of it with a strikeout and a 4 unassisted 3 double play as that 3-0 pitch is on the outside corner, 3-1. From the windup, the 3-1, high for ball 4. And so Aubrey Davis is a 2-out walk.
Third baseman, number 15, Jen Landers.
2 walks in the inning, 4 overall already here for Greenspan. As Jen Landers steps in, Jen grounded out to third her first time up, 5-3 on the putout. Bellotta making the play. First pitch to Landers. Oh, beautiful pitch. Changing up the speed there and getting Landers way out in front of it. Would have needed an oar to hit that one. And it's 0-1. Greenspan's 0-1, a little bit low and away. 1-1. Runner at second, Morrill. The runner at first, Davis. The 1-1. That's ripped up the right field line. It's tailing foul. And it is a foul ball. A nice leaping attempt or diving attempt out there and right by Bonilla. Giovanna couldn't get there, and it's just a long, loud strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Landers. Greenspan takes a look down at the ball. Now gets her grip. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He struck her out. And Greenspan again tiptoes out of danger. She has allowed the leadoff base runner to advance in all 3 of the innings so far, but she has yet to allow them to come home and score. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Beacons on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. Before we get underway in the bottom of the 3rd inning, let's take a look around Beaconville. Take a look at how the rest of the UMass Boston athletics teams are faring. Right now across the street, UMass Boston baseball is up 3-1 in the top of the 7th inning. In game 1 of the doubleheader there. That one got underway at noon, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's only in the top of the 7th and only 4 runs scored. It goes to tell you the pace of both softball and baseball. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. We started, 75 minutes later. Men's tennis against UMass Dartmouth was moved to tomorrow, I'm assuming due to weather. A 1 o'clock start on Sunday. Lacrosse is at Western Connecticut State for a 4 o'clock p.m. game today. That'll be a good matchup. And track and field is at Smith College all day for a meet on a beautiful Saturday in April. So the Beacons getting underway here to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be Giovanna Bonilla for her first at bat. And that just goes to show you. Right now we're getting towards the bottom of the order for Plymouth in their 2nd run through, as that first pitch was a strike to Bonilla. Beacons still getting through on their first here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they're winning 1-0. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed by Giovanna. It's 0-2. Bonilla hailing from Queens, New York. As Caitlin Miller's left-handed pitch, the 0-2, swung on and missed. And it's the 2nd consecutive swinging strikeout for Miller after she ended the 2nd with a Gaeta strikeout. So Gaeta goes down, Bonilla goes down, and now Gigi Braga is the batter. Left-handed hitter.
Shortstop, number 3, Gigi Braga.
A tough year offensively for Gigi, hitting .220. She swings and misses 0-1. Of course, Gigi, a jack of all trades, if you will. Fantastic producer on the Beacons Broadcasting Network, an even better soccer player. She was called on to move in as a Beacons goalie with Alyssa Fugiel out for much of the year in 2017 and did a spectacular job. She tries to bunt her way on and just got her. Did a beautiful play from Landers at 3rd base. 5-3 on the put out on the bunt attempt, and Braga's retired 2 down. So with 2 down, that brings up Ari Bellata, the leadoff hitter. She grounded out 5-3 in the 1st inning. As that one's ripped to right field, gonna be a tough play, and what a diving effort and a catch made out in right field by Hannah Seidner. A diving play from Seidner in right, and it's 1-2-3 go the Beacons here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We head to the 4th in game 1 of our doubleheader. Still 1-0 UMass Boston. Greenspan back out there. We'll get you a look at the LEC scoreboard next inning, as there was already a postponement there. UMass Dartmouth got, I guess, a brunt of the snow that we got here in the Boston area a little bit yesterday. They've had a couple of postponements today.
Leading off for the Panthers, center field number 12, Cassidy Emerson.
Cassidy Emerson will lead things off after Lander struck out to end the third. Emerson walked and was stranded at second base her first time up. Chops that one foul. Bellotta takes care of it in foul territory, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That one chopped now up the first baseline, foul, 0-2. So Greenspan will try to retire the leadoff hitter of an inning for the first time in this game, despite the fact she's pitching a shutout through 3. The 0-2. That one is down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Emerson. They get a new baseball out there. Softball, excuse me. Greenspan back on the rubber. Emerson awaiting a 1-2 and just a bit high. That was a nice looking pitch, but a very close one at that, and it stays a tight battle here, 2-2. Greenspan, 2-2 pitch, ripped to right field, tough play coming on in and making a diving effort and making the play in right field. A beautiful effort by Giovanna Bonilla. She almost made a diving play on a foul ball last inning. This time Bonilla gets the job done, and it's 1 down here in the 4th inning.
Nora Butler.
Nora Butler steps in. First pitch on the inside corner, 0-1. The shortstop for the visiting Panthers, Butler reached on an error at first base, her first time up. 0-1 pitch, ground ball shortstop. Tough play to her left. Nice play, Braga, high throw, but Gata lunges to make the effort, and there's 2 down on a 6-3 put out here in the 4th inning. So a good play in the defensive positioning for Braga. She was in perfect spot to make that play. It's the reason why she's out there. She's got the energy. She's got the defensive prowess. And now the Beacons have 2 outs. So stepping on in will be Haley Birch. Birch 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging as she grounds that one foul. 0-1. Greenspan from the windup, 0-1 pitch, Birch ground ball. Tough play with Braga coming in. She's got a strong arm, though, and she fires to get Haley Birch. 6-3 on the putout, second straight time in this inning that Gigi Braga makes a nice play, and we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's 1-0 UMass Boston.
Coming up for the Beacons in the bottom half.
Let's take a look now at the Little East Conference scoreboard here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. Keene State and Southern Maine dueling from north of us. Right now, the Huskies of Southern Maine leading 4-2 in the 3rd inning. No update on a score from Rhode Island College against EastCon. And a postponement, as I mentioned, between Dartmouth and WestCon. That one postponed to Sunday at UMass Dartmouth, with WestCon being the home team. That's really a disadvantage if you ask me. That's tough. I'll have fun traveling an hour to be called the home team. Right now, the home team's winning here from Beaconville. Beacon's up 1-0 on Caitlin Miller and the Panthers, as they will have the heart of the order, beginning with Kelly Danahy, the phenomenal freshman who has been outstanding this year. Danahy is single and a run scored today. Left-handed hitter takes it low, 1-0. Kelly singled in the first inning, scored on the Roxanne Vento bomb double into left center. Left-handed hitter versus the left-handed pitcher. 1-0. Ripped into right field, sinking fast, and Danahy is 2 for 2. All she does is hit, and Kelly is on first yet again with another base hit. Brings up Roxanne Vento. She reached and drove in a run with a double. That came back in the first. It's 1-0. And the top of the Beacons order looking to get some insurance here in the fourth. A wind up from Miller. That one ground ball might be 2. They'll definitely get the 1 at second, and that's it. Ooh, Kelly slid right into the second baseman's leg as one second baseman takes out the other. A bit of a stumble from Mary King as she takes a look at her ankle. She looks okay, though. Count at 6-4 on the putout. Danahy is retired. Vento at first base as the Beacons will trade runners. And with 1 down, that will bring up Taylor Paulina. Taylor lined into a 5-4 double play.
Number 15, Taylor Paulina.
That was back in the first. That ended the first as that one is right there, 0-1. It's a 6-4 double play. I wrote that down wrong. I'm remembering it right. 6-4 double play from Paulina in the first, and now an opportunity for Taylor to keep this inning churning with 1 down. That one's high. Pickoff move back to first, not in time, and then stumbling over Vento is Deo. They laugh with each other. You look at the flag in left field, the American flag, and you can tell the wind is really blowing from left to right. Or you could just stand here and feel it, and you'd know it too. As that one is a little bit outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. I took my jacket off, kind of regretting it, but at the same time, not really. It's April. It's time to enjoy the weather. As Dave Wahlberg looks like he's bundled up to go shovel snow. Here's the 2-1. That one grounded to third with the infield in. It's a error at shortstop. As bobbling that one off of her glove was Butler. Should be an error on Butler, although it was going to be a tough play anyway, so I'm not sure what they'll call it. They will call it an error. And so Paulina, who had a double play taken away by the shortstop Butler in her first at bat, Butler giveth, Butler taketh away. And now first and second with 1 out for DeCenso.
Designated player number 21, Tori DeCenso.
Tori singled back in the second inning, but she was thrown out on a 5-3 double play. One-0 pitch. Ground ball shortstop. Butler goes the short way to third for 1. Over to first, not in time. So they get the lead runner Vento for the second out. Advancing to second, Paulina. DeCenso is on base for the second time. Count that as a 6-5 force out. And that'll bring up Kiera Prismack, who lined into a double play her first time up.
Left fielder number 12, Kiera Prismack.
Prismack swings a little under that one, 0-1. So after all this, it's been a single fielder's choice error and fielder's choice force out. We have Paulina at second, DeCenso at first, and Kiera swings under it again, 0-2. Miller back on the rubber. The 0-2. Called strike three. No, they're going to say she swung, and that'll do it for the fourth inning. So the Beacons threaten with a couple of base runners, but can't push anyone across. And it remains 1-0 after 4 here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network.
There's one Plymouth State error. And
Beacon softball team clinging to a 1-0 lead over Plymouth State as we head towards the fifth. Just 3 innings to go as the Beacons see 9 defensive outs away from a Game 1 win in this doubleheader from UMass Boston against Plymouth State, the opener of their LEC slate. Of course, folks, you want to keep in tune and updated with the UMass Boston Beacons Athletics. Check out beaconsathletics.com and follow them at UMass Beacons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, check out the UMass Beacons YouTube page for past games, highlights, and much, much more. As that one was fouled up the line for a strike. Mary King is the batter. The 0-1, and King pops that one right field. Bonilla coming to her right, and Giovanna is there. She's made a couple of plays in this game, 1 down here in the 5th inning. King is now 0 for 2.
left field number 23, Deborah Morrow.
And Deborah Morrill will step on in. Morrill's 1 for 1. She reached base twice. Single and a walk. She's been stranded at second both times. First pitch from Jess, little outside. From the windup, 1-0. That's high, 2-0. Ooh, no, they called it a strike. We'll take it. Looked a little high from here, but umpire gets paid to umpire. I get paid to broadcast. That one's right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Morrill now in the hole. As she and the Panthers playing from behind here in a tight one, still 1-0. The run coming all the way back in the first for UMass Boston. That one's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morrill back in. Greenspan ready to rock and roll. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ripped left field. Tough play. Base hit. 1 out base runner is Deborah Morrill. What a day for the leadoff hitter for Plymouth. She has reached base all 3 times. She's 2 for 2.
Hannah Seidner.
I'll bring up Seidner, who is 0 for 1. She bunted for a successful sacrifice in the first and grounded out to first base unassisted in the third. One's away, 1-0. Greenspan and her battery mate Vento ready to go. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. Jess had struggled with walks the first few times through the order. 4 walks through the first 4 innings. 3 innings, excuse me. She settled down, didn't walk anyone last inning. Trying to avoid one here in the 5th as that one is right there, 2-1. Somehow, some way, Jess has been able to shut Plymouth State down so far. Working her way out of trouble. There goes the runner. That one popped up. Tough play. Braga dives and makes an unbelievable play. Gigi Braga, a double play. And UMass Boston gets out of the inning unscathed on a phenomenal effort by the Beacons shortstop, Gigi Braga. Ozzie Smith-like at shortstop as UMass Boston heads to the bottom of the fifth, still leading it 1-0 here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. So Gigi Braga makes the play of the day at shortstop. A diving play to her right, pops up, fires to first, and gets the double play to end the fifth inning. One of the finer plays you'll see made all year at the D3 level, or at any level for that matter, for a shortstop to make that play. She was almost where the third baseman would be when she made that diving play on a humpback liner over the third baseman's head. And now she'll get a chance with the bat because she's due to hit third here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Beacons are winning right now, but it's just 1-0, so they'd love to get some insurance. It'll be Cassidy Gaeta to begin things.
First base number 22, Cassidy Gaeta.
First pitch from Miller is right there, 0-1 to Gaeta. Miller winds and delivers. Gaeta rips it to right. That's foul. I thought it was going to be foul, and I think it is. Gaeta was... And it's 0-2 to Gaeta. Of course, we can't see up the right field line, so a lot of that was just trajectory. But I was right. It's 0-2. After Gaeta, it'll be Bonilla. Then Braga. Here's the 0-2. That one grounded foul again. Stays 0-2 to Cassidy Gaeta, the Beacons' first baseman. Cassidy in her first at bat struck out swinging. Miller winds, dines, and delivers that one, and that hit Gaeta. They're going to say it made contact with her, and Cassidy will take it as she advances to first base. That's the first hit by pitch of the day for either team. And it's a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Miller has a question for the umpire, maybe thinking she leaned into it. Not going to win that argument. And so, with nobody out, Bonilla will step up. Giovanna struck out swinging her first time up as well. We'll see. Giovanna looking down to third base to see if they want her to bunt. And they do have her bunting. She bunts it foul, 0-1. So with Braga on deck, they're going to try to advance a runner into scoring position. Giovanna back in. Here's the 0-1. Bunting again, and again, she cannot get it down in fair territory. See if they keep it on here with 2 strikes. Miller, the 0-2, and swung on and missed. She struck her out. So Bonilla's down on strikes swinging for the second time. And with 1 down and a runner at first, it brings up the 9-hole hitter, Gigi Braga. Now, they could again continue with the bunt if they were so inclined, with Bellotta on deck, the leadoff hitter in this lineup, or they can decide to let Gigi swing the bat after a great play in the field. They do, at least on the initial pitch, as that one is high, 1-0. Miller ready, the 1-0 pitch. That's right off the plate. It's a fair ball. Braga's got wheels. She's safe. And Gigi Braga continues to be the catalyst here in the 5th inning. UMass Boston, 2 men on base with 1 out. And the top of the order coming on up. An infield single for Gigi. And advancing to second is Cassidy Gaeta. That'll bring up Ari Bellotta. Ari is 0 for 2. She grounded out and lined out. Ground out to third, line out to right. Kaylee Danahy waits on deck. She's 2 for 2. We'll see if Ari can get the job done here with 1 out. That one fouled out of play.
The third baseman, number 13, Ari Bellotta.
0-1, and Bellotta's bunting, trying to reach. Not able to, but they do put 2 runners in scoring position for the team's hottest hitter, as Kelly Danahy, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, will step in. 1-3 on the putout. Gaeta advances to third, Braga to second, and Danahy will step in. Left-handed hitter, she singled and scored in the first, and Singleton was thrown out on a force out at second in the third as she swings and misses on a first pitch heater. Vento on deck, but this is the big at bat here. They do have a base open, but the last thing I want to do is walk it loaded for Roxy. That one is high, 1-1. They're going to see if she went. No chance they're going to say that she did, and it's 1-1. Miller gets the signal, and she's ready to bring it home. 1-1 pitch, change-up, beautiful pitch. Called strike 2. You can tell Kelly was looking for something harder. And so a 1-2 pitch and a big one here for the Beacons. Try to blow this open. Miller's 1-2, popped up, in play at third, and the inning is over. So Danahy can't get it done here in the 5th inning after she started out 2 for 2 in this game. We head to the 6th. Beacons strand 2 runners on 2 hits. It remains 1-0 UMass Boston. Beacons trailing, or leading rather, 1-0 as we head to the 6th inning. Let's take a look at what they have coming up over the next week. As I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, it's going to be a tough road. Beacons have 2 non-conference road doubleheaders on Tuesday against Emmanuel and then at Leslie on Thursday. And then the big quad header, if you will, Saturday and Sunday against EastCon and WestCon. They'll play 2 on Saturday against EastCon and then 2 on Sunday at WestCon. So a nice little weekend trip down to Connecticut. Said no one ever. I kid the natives of Connecticut. It's just a long drive for me from here to my home state of Pennsylvania. Listen to Pippo knows a little thing about Pennsylvania. Of course, we're on opposite ends.
Leading off for the Panthers, first base number 34, Ashley Dale.
So Ashley Dale leads things off here in the top half of the 6th. The Beacons 6 outs away from winning game 1. Dale walked and lined out to left as she swings over the top of that one, 0-1. 0-1 pitch from Jess is right there. Nice pitch. Just caught the corner. 0-2. Greenspan seems to have settled down a bit. She has retired 6 of the last 7 batters, as that one is high. Of course, the last inning ended with a beautiful double play from Gigi Braga. As Deo takes that one away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deo, Davis, and Landers due up here for Plymouth. Panthers trailing 1-0 here in the top of the 6th. That one high and in. And so from 0-2 now to 3-2. Greenspan, the 3-2, ripped back at her, and that one into center field for a base hit. Deo gave that a ride right back to the mound. Greenspan got out of the way. Almost made the catch with the glove, but a leadoff single. It's the first hit of the day for Deo, and that'll bring up Aubrey Davis.
Designated player number 17, Aubrey Davis.
Davis is 0 for 1. She struck out looking and walked. Wind has died down. The flag tells us anything that's popped up, and coming on in is Gaeta to make the play. How often do you see the cleanup hitter bunting? Not often, and that's why. Davis pops the bunt out. 1 down here in the 6th inning.
Third base number 15, Jen Landers.
That'll bring up Landers. She's 0 for 2, grounded out to third and struck out swinging. It's a little low, 1-0 from Greenspan. After Landers, it's Emerson, as that one is a bit low and away, 2-0. Beacons have no seniors on their roster, so certainly next year promises to be another fruitful one for UMass Boston, as that one is outside. It's all of a sudden it's 3-0. Of course, that also means no senior day. Makes an easier job for some. Here's the 3-0. Grounded off the left foot of Landers. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike. A lot of freshmen, though, on the roster. Of course, none more impactful right now than Danahy. Although Cassidy Gaeta and Tori DeCenzo certainly impactful as well. That one in the dirt, ball 4. And so an inauspicious start to this inning. A single followed by a popped-up bunt, now a walk. And so runners at first and second, 1 out for Emerson as Greenspan is going to have to, again, tiptoe out of trouble. She did a good job of it early on. She allowed a leadoff single in the first inning, a leadoff walk in the second inning, and a leadoff walk in the third inning, and yet was able to get out of trouble without allowing a run. That one is up and away, and she's beginning to leave those pitches up. It's okay if it's out of the strike zone, but you leave it up in the kitchen, and that one is deposited over the left field wall. Of course, Plymouth State has 3 home runs this year. They have not allowed an opponent to hit a home run, as that one is right there. 1 ball and 1 strike from Greenspan. Wind up. There's the 1-1 on the inside corner, 1-2. Big pitch coming up here for Greenspan with only 1 out here in the 6th inning. And runners at first and second. The tying run at second base. That is Deo. The go-ahead run at first, that's Landers. Here's the 1-2. Off the outside corner, ball 2, 2-2. Greenspan toes the rubber. 2-2. Ground ball third base and letting it go foul wisely. Very smart play out there by Ari Bellata, who would have had a tough play at any bag, even at third, with Deo sprinting over. And so it remains 2-2. As Emerson trying to get the job done for the Plymouth State Panthers here in the 6th. There's the 2-2 pitch. Ripped up the right field line, a base hit. This will tie the game as Deo coming in and scores. And just like that, it is 1-1 here in the 6th inning. An RBI single for Cassidy Emerson. Advancing to third, Landers. Coming in to score Deo. And now with only one out, trouble brewing for Greenspan and the Beacons. Nora Butler will be the batter as we will get a meeting on the mound between the entire infield and the coaching staff. We're going to have a substitution. And it is a pinch runner at third base, Autumn Bayor, a junior second baseman from Highgate, Vermont. She is going to replace Jen Landers at third. So putting a little more speed out there in case a ball is hit into the outfield and a potential sac fly situation, still only one out. So Bayor is at third for Landers. The batter is Butler.
Pinch running at third base for the Panthers, number 11, Autumn Bayer. At the plate,
Greenspan's first pitch. Butler grounds it to second. The tag, and she only had to go to first. She made the tag. Why didn't she throw to first? A chance for an inning-ending double play, and Danahy threw home after tagging the runner out on her way to second. And instead, it's 2-1. Well, that is a freshman mistake right there, and one she'll learn from. As Kelly Danahy, who's been so outstanding not only today but all year, threw it home instead of just getting the force out at first. So it's an RBI, fielder's choice. 4-2 no out after the tag out. And it'll bring up Birch. And so the Beacons, who led 1-0 heading into this 6th inning, now trail 2-1. It's 1-1 now to Birch, who is 0 for 2. She struck out and grounded out. And that one fouled back off the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great heads-up play to make the tag on the runner heading to second, but she could have just gone to first to end the inning, as that one is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Birch. High, and now the count is full. So Greenspan's tiptoed her way out of trouble through the first 5, and it finally came back to bite her. All the walks here in the 6th, as that is low for ball 4. That'll bring up Mary King.
Second base, number 5, Mary King.
Deo and Autumn Bayor, who pinch ran for Landers, have scored here in this inning. The runner at second base is Butler. The runner at first, Birch. And Vento going out to discuss things with Greenspan. Mary King will be the batter. Mary on the day is 0 for 2. She grounded into a double play as well as flying out to right. So the Beacons will have to play from behind here with 6 offensive outs to go. First pitch in the dirt, but right now, number one mission is Greenspan clinging to this one-run deficit. Here's the 0-2, out of the 1-0. That one's inside, on the inside corner, 1-1. Beacons, next inning, going to have the bottom of the order. Actually, the heart of the order followed by the bottom. It's going to be 3, 4, 5, so we'll see if they can get something done. In order to turn the lineup over, they'll have to get a couple of batters out on the base paths. As here we go. There's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Great job from Greenspan to battle back and get herself out of the inning without any further damage. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is now 2-1 Plymouth on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. So after leading for the duration of this game since the first inning, the Beacons see their first taste of adversity. They've squandered plenty of opportunities. In fact, the Beacons have stranded 8 runners on base today. 8 runners stranded on base today, and they trail 2-1 here in the 6th inning. They'll have the heart of the order, beginning with Roxanne Vento, as they try to battle back from what is now a 2-1 deficit against Caitlin Miller, who has tiptoed her way in and out of trouble just like Greenspan all day long. It'll be Vento, Paulina, and DeCenso. Beginning first with Roxanne. Left-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Vento is 1 for 2. She doubled and reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the 1-0 to Vento, and she foul tips that one for strike number 2. The windup, and that one popped out of play. Stays 1-2 to Vento. Vento grounds this one to short. Gobbled up out there, fired across the diamond. Good play by Butler. And that's one down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Bring up Paulina Taylor on the day, 0 for 2. She lined into a double play and reached on an error.
Center fielder number 15, Taylor Paulina.
Miller back on the rubber. Left-handed pitcher has been strong today, especially since the first inning, as that one is outside. Nice frame opportunity for Birch and the attempt is unsuccessful. One-0 pitch from Miller, and that's popped up again. Coming on over to make the play is Landers in foul territory, and the 3-4 hitters go meekly into the night, 2 down. Brings up DeCenso. She's actually reached base twice today. She singled and reached on a fielder's choice on a rare 6-5 putout. That's low, 1-0. Tori, a freshman out of Lynn, Massachusetts. Lynn, City of Sin. We'll see if it's Lynn, City a win here, as that one's fouled off of the batter. That's a foul ball. 1-1. I am John Scudris. This is the Beacons Broadcasting Network. UMass Boston trailing 2-1, bottom half of the 6th inning. That one grounded third and foul. So now the Beacons, 1 strike away from being down to their final 3 outs. After leading this game from the 1st through the 5th inning. Unable to put across the insurance run they really needed. As that one is swung on and missed, she struck her out. DeCenso goes down. Caitlin Miller is crafting a gem as number 8 in black continues to paint K's across the scorecard. We head to the 7th and final frame. It's 2-1 Plymouth State. Jess Greenspan stays out there for the top of the 7th inning. She'll have a complete game, well, assuming this one doesn't go to extras and she can get through this inning. Let's take a look at the LEC Conference scoreboard. And as you take a look here, Keene State has battled back. They trailed 2-1 last time we checked in. Now the Owls lead the Huskies 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And, of course, that postponement from WestCon, as it's been postponed to Sunday at UMass Dartmouth, with WestCon being the home team. Lucky Corsairs. The leadoff hitter is going to be the leadoff hitter in the lineup, Deborah Morrill. She'll get things started in the 7th. What a day for Deborah. 2 for 2 with a walk. Singled twice and walked as takes that one for a strike, 0-1. From the windup, and that one's bunted foul. Good idea from Morrill, but letting that one trickle to the left of the right-handed batter's box was Vento, and so right now, nothing but a 0-2 count. After Morrill, it's Seidner and Deo. Anyone reaches Davis will step in. 0-2, that one ripped to second. Gobbled up there from Danahy, and Kelly makes the play. 1 down as the Beacons
Right fielder number 4, Hannah Seidner.
And the Panthers trickle down to the final few outs. I think I'm always impressed by with softball is how they always seem to be smiling. Could be down by 10 runs. They'd be smiling out there. Meanwhile, baseball, you look at some of those ball players. Now, Alex Carasoto's one who's always smiling, but that's just because he's half in the clouds no matter what, as that one is up and in, 1-1. Classic left-handed reliever, Alex Carasoto. Call that a strike. It's 0-2. That one's high, 1-2. The wind up from Greenspan, 1-2 is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hannah Seidner is 0 for 2. She sacrificed in the first, grounded out to first in the third, and was robbed by Gigi Braga on a beautiful diving double play back in the 5th inning. So from 0-2 now to 3-2, Greenspan. The payoff pitch, that's ripped left field. On her horse back and over the head of the left fielder, Pressmack. That is an extra base hit. And folks, that is the first extra base hit of the day allowed by Greenspan. The best way to do that is with no one on. But it does bring up the heart of the order, beginning with Ashley Deo. Deo is 1 for 2. She walked, lined out to left, and singled and scored back in the 6th inning. She began that 6th inning with that base hit. A rocket back up the middle. She was advanced over on a bunt by Davis, and then a walk to Landers, followed by a single from Emerson that brought in Deo. Then after that was the Butler ground ball that almost got them out of the inning. As that one is in the dirt. 2-0. Seidner at second. She represents the insurance run that the Panthers desperately want. The 2-0, and that's outside. 3 balls and no strikes to Deo. You almost wonder if they're thinking of just pitching around her to face Aubrey Davis, who has not done much with the stick today. And also set up a double play ball, and there you go. So 4 pitches, none of which were particularly close, and none of which challenged Ashley Deo, who is on base for the 3rd time today. So 2 runners on for Davis, the designated player.
Number 17, Aubrey Davis.
Davis struck out looking, walked, and bunted on a successful sacrifice last inning. Back out here in the 7th inning, and a huge at-bat here for Greenspan and the Beacons. That one is lofted. It's deep up the third base line, but it's going to reach out of play. Braga made a good effort there, but she would have needed rockets in her cleats to get that one. And so the count trickles to 0-1. Aubrey Davis stepping back in. She can get her first hit of the day, and with it potentially some cushion for the Panthers. Now 1 low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Folks, stay tuned for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Tentatively scheduled to get underway at 3 p.m. No chance that happens now. This game did start about 15 minutes late, so we'll say about 3:15, 3:30 for Game 2 as that one is launched. Deep left field by Davis. Pressman on the run. It's one hopping off the fence. They're going to wave Deo home, and she is safe as sliding in successfully as Seidner, and this is a 3-1 game. So Seidner scores Deo to third on the RBI double from Aubrey Davis.
Third baseman number 15, Jen Landers.
So Greenspan doesn't allow an extra base hit through 6 innings, and here in the 7th, she gives up double, walk, double after getting Morrill to ground out to begin the inning. Now we might get a pinch runner, and we will. Davis is going to take a seat. She's going to be replaced by Riley McMillan, a freshman utility player from Mystic, Connecticut. So McMillan in for Davis. A little more speed out there.
Riley McMillan.
So to bring up Jen Landers. Landers now has 2 more insurance runs in scoring position, with her Panthers now leading 3-1, 3 unanswered in the final 2 innings. That one's low, 1-0. Landers is 0 for 2, ground out, strikeout, walk. That one ripped foul off the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jen Landers. One. That one chopped foul as out in front of it was Landers. And so Greenspan again 1 strike away from the second out. It's been that way the last couple of at-bats, and she's unable to do so against Deo. She wanted nothing to do with Ashley once it got to 3 balls. And Aubrey Davis, of course, punished it to left. That one in the dirt. Good block. 2-2. The runner at third base is Deo. The runner at second, McMillan. 2-2. In the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes again. So a big payoff pitch here. Waiting on deck is Cassidy Emerson. The 3-2. Ground ball to Braga. Gigi gobbles it up, fires across the diamond. It scores a run. The throw back to third, and McMillan tumbling over like a tree in the forest, but able to keep that right hand on there. It's an RBI ground out for Landers. 6-3 on the putout. Deo scores, and it's 4-1.
Cassidy Emerson.
Brings up Emerson. Cassidy is 1 for 2. She singled in the 6th. She's also flown out to right and walked. Greenspan's first pitch, and it hits her right on the left leg. So the command continuing to elude Greenspan over the last inning and a half or so, as Emerson advances to first base.
Shortstop number 13, Nora Butler.
So with 2 outs, Nora Butler will step in. Nora, right now, has the hit that gave Plymouth the lead. Would be the game-winning RBI if she and the Panthers can hold on. That came back in the 6th. She's 0 for 2, as that one is high. Excuse me, 0 for 3. She reached on an error and grounded out to short. She also grounded into that fielder's choice last inning. It's 1-0 now to Butler. Emerson at first after being plunked on the leg. That one ripped to center field. Coming on in and making the catch to end the inning is the center fielder, Paulina. But the damage is done as the Panthers score 2 runs. They do so with the benefit of just 2 hits, both of them doubles. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The last chance for romance for UMass Boston. It's 4-1 Plymouth State. Caitlin Miller will try to close out her victory here this afternoon. Let's take a look around Beaconville for the last time here in Game 1. The baseball team, I should say, winning 3-1 across the street against WestCon. Game 1 of their doubleheader. That is a final. Tennis will take it on Dartmouth. That one moved to tomorrow. Lacrosse is at WestCon for a 4 o'clock game today. Track and field's at Smith College all day for their meet. So UMass Boston will have to put together quite a rally. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to see a pinch hitter to begin the bottom of the 7th inning, as Alyssa Tully will step on into the right-handed batter's box.
14, Alyssa Tully.
Alyssa is a junior from Lowell. First pitch from Miller, and Alyssa rips it to third, and one third baseman lines out to the other on a beautiful lunging play from Jen Landers. Well, if you're Alyssa, you can't hang your head on that one. She rocketed that to third base, but they call it the hot corner for a reason. And a beautiful effort from Landers as that ball caught her almost as much as she caught it. That brings up Gata. Cassidy is 0 for 1. She struck out and was hit by a pitch. Amazing the Beacons were in this game for as long as they were, as that one is a beautiful off-speed pitch right there, 0-2. It's going to be 1-1. The thing is, the Beacons, this is just the third at-bat for Gata. If she and Bonilla don't get on, Gigi Braga's only going to have 2 at-bats in this game compared to almost the entire lineup for Plymouth having 4, as that one is grounded to second. Gobbled up out there and making the throw across the diamond for the out. Play made by King. And so, the Beacons down to their final out. It's going to be Giovanna Bonilla. Trying to keep it alive for Braga. Miller, meanwhile, will look to secure the victory here. First pitch, right there, 0-1. Miller would improve to 7-5 on the year with the victory. It'll also be her 8th complete game. That one's over the head of the shortstop and a base hit. So Bonilla keeps the game alive and gives Gigi Braga a chance to do the same. Beacons need one more base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. It's the first hit of the day for Bonilla after striking out twice against Miller. Here's Gigi. She's 1 for 2, a ground out and an infield single. So try to keep the game alive for Bellata. The Beacons trailing by 3. Gigi lines that one off the screen, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch in the dirt. Good block from Birch. If for nothing else, to keep that runner out of scoring position. It's 1-1. Miller from the windup, 1-1. Gigi chopped right to third base. Landers gobbles it, fires to first, and the ball game is over. As Caitlin Miller, with her 8th complete game of the year, gets the victory over your UMass Boston Beacons. The final score, UMass Boston 4, or Plymouth State 4, UMass Boston 1. The win goes to Miller, she's 7-5. The loss to Greenspan, she's 3-7. And the Beacons fall to 7-12 overall. The Plymouth State Panthers improving to 13-8. Beacons will have an opportunity to even things up in their LEC slate as they start 0-1 with Game 2 of the doubleheader, which gets underway shortly. As UMass Boston falls by the final, again, of 4-1 to the Plymouth State Panthers. Greenspan falls to 3-7 as Miller improves to 7-5. Let's look ahead and see what's coming up after this one for UMass Boston. Of course, they got Game 2 of the doubleheader in a few minutes today. They'll be at Emmanuel College as well as at Lesley University this week. And then they will be back on the road next weekend for LEC battles at EastCon and WestCon. All of those matchups, doubleheaders for UMass Boston. I'd like to thank our broadcasting network crew, Seth Orensky, the producer, our director, Alyssa DePippo. Can't read that name, Cassie Murphy on the camera, and myself, Sean Skudras. We'll be back with you in about 20 minutes' time for Game 2. Until then, good night, good luck, good softball. Talk to you soon right here on the BBN. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Beacons Broadcast and Network production of Beacons Softball. I'm John Scudris. UMass Boston looking to salvage a split of their LEC opening doubleheader against the Plymouth State Panthers. In Game 1, the Beacons got out to a 1-0 lead early on as Kelly Danahy came in to score after a one-out single in the first. She scored on Roxanne Vento's RBI double. However, after that, the Beacons were blanked despite putting together some good opportunities. It was Caitlin Miller who earned her 7th victory of the season with her 8th complete game of the year. Beacons had the 1-0 lead heading into the 6th inning before they gave up 4 unanswered runs in the 6th and 7th. The loss goes to Jess Greenspan. She falls to 3 and 7. Different lineup for UMass Boston in Game 2, as they will look to improve to 1-1 in the conference. Leading off, playing third base is going to be Ari Bellata. That's no change. Moving over to second base is going to be Kelly Danahy. Moving over from second base to left field, I should say. Behind the dish, batting third will be Roxanne Vento. Batting fourth in center field, Taylor Paulina. Batting fifth at first base, Tori DeCenso. Batting sixth at second, and into the lineup is Alyssa Tully. The designated player batting 7th, Cassidy Gaeta. In right field batting 8th, it'll be Drew Washington. And Gigi Braga will be at shortstop again batting 9th. The starting pitcher is going to be Megan Hoban, a sophomore from Bedford. Hoban on the campaign is... her numbers in just a moment. Hoban on the campaign, 3-2, the 5.49. 7 appearances. This will be her 5th start. She's completed 2 of them. 21 2/3, 16 strikeouts to 6 walks. Meanwhile, for the visiting Panthers, the similar line, in fact, the same exact lineup. Deborah Morrill in left field, leading off. In right field, Hannah Seidner. At first base, Ashley Deo, the designated